Hi friends, welcome to Code with Sugi YouTube channel. So today we're going to discuss about what is meant by compiler and what is meant by interpreter. Okay, so all those terminology we're going to discuss today. So before we get into our video, if you are new to our channel and if you are not aware of what we have discussed till date, so you don't need to worry. We always used to add all the links in the description. So please go ahead and have a look at the previous videos so that you will get a continuous learning from our videos. Okay, fine. Today mainly we're going to discuss about what is meant by compiler and what is meant by interpreter. Okay, so we all know, right, the compiler will do the compilation process and it will produce the bytecode. So the interpreter will do interpretation process, like so it will take the bytecode and then it will interrupt that code line by line, then it will produce the machine code. Here why we are doing this compilation and interpretation process? Okay, because before compilation process we used to have a Java file. So the Java files are written in the Java program that is called as high level language. Okay, so these files are written in the high level languages. Okay, but end of the day, whatever machine we have, right, that machine will understand only low level language codes, right? So that means it will understand only zeros and ones, right? So somehow we need to convert our high level language code into the low level language so that our machine will read that code and it will produce output for us, right? So in that process of converting from high level language to the low level language, we need the compiler and as well as the interpreter. So this is the main use of the compiler and interpreter. Okay, so Java having both compiler and interpreter, so that's why we used to say it's a hybrid language. Okay, fine. We will see how that process is happening. So before we get into the process of what is the compilation and what is the other things, already we have discussed in the previous video, like where the JDK will come, where the JRE will come, where the JVM will come, because the JVM is the one which will take the bytecode and then it will convert it into the machine code. Okay, so here we can say this is JDK. Okay, and this one is JRE. Okay, and this one is JVM. Okay, so we all know JDK means Java Development Kit, right? So JRE means Java Runtime Environment. Okay, so JVM means Java Virtual Machine. Okay, so this is the out structure of the Java packages. Okay, so I will show you whether we have the same structure in the Java installation files. Okay, so for that we need to get into the place where we have our Java. Okay, say for example in my machine I am having Java in C:\program files and Java. Okay, so inside of this place I am having a JDK folder. Okay, inside of the JDK folder we are having a folder called JRE. So it's proved that the JDK is the outer layer, then the JRE will come in place, then in turn JRE will have its the JVM code and everything will be inside the JRE. Okay, I think now it's more clear. Okay, now let's see the process of compilation and interpretation. Okay, and where the JVM will come into place. Okay, and what the JVM will have, all those things we will discuss it here. So Okay, we can do it in a kind of a flowchart also, but if we put like this, then it will be very easy to understand. Okay, so that I am just drawing like this. Okay, so we consider this part as JVM because it has some more work to do, right? So fine. Okay, let's we consider for this entire thing, we will consider we have a file called sample.java. Okay, so we all know, right? So the sample.java was written in the high level language. So the sample.java was written in the high level language. Okay, that is Java. Okay, so after we write the code, right, the first step what we will do, we will compile our code. Okay, so we will compile our code using Java C. Okay, so this is the command which will help us to do the compilation. So I can see compiler. Okay, so Java C is the compiler. So once we done with the compilation, successful compilation, we used to get the bytecode, right? So that bytecode will be called as sample.class file. Okay, fine. So this file we used to called as bytecode. Fine. So then this bytecode will be given into the JVM. Okay, by intent the JVM will have its own process. Okay, say for example, it will do the class loading thing, then it will do the bytecode verification, then it has some other actions too. Okay, fine. So okay, once we give that bytecode into the JVM, so the first step will be class loading. Okay, that will be done through the class loader. Okay, which will take care about the class loading stuff. Okay, then we have a bytecode verification. So one more time for the security reason, it will do the verification. Okay, then that code will be given onto the interpreter. Okay, then the interpreter will do the line by line interpretation, then it will produce the machine code. Okay, then finally it will given into the processor, then we will get the output. Okay, fine. We used to say this is the low level language. Okay, fine. So this is the process of converting a high level language into the low level language to get the output. Okay, so in this process the compiler and interpreter will come into place and it's doing its own actions to get the output. Okay, fine. So here, so if you take this entire thing, right, so obviously we are converting from the high level language, then to the end of the day everything will be converted into the zeros and ones, right? So in this whole process already we are taking too much of time to convert all those things. Okay, so the Java will initially it will do the compilation, then it has to do the interpretation, then it will produce the machine code, then finally you will get the low level language, then that will be given into the processor, then we will get the output. Okay, so this is a kind of a little bit time taken process, but we cannot nullify this, but we can do some performance improvements, right? So that's the reason they have introduced a compiler called just in time compiler we used to say JIT. Okay, so what this JIT will do, it will increase the performance. How it will increase the performance means, say for example, we have a set of code, right? So in that there may be a chances of duplicate code, or say for example the same code will be utilized in many places, right? So what this JIT will do, the JIT will understand that if, say for example, it will create a copy of certain codes, okay, and it will keep it ready, okay, so that whenever the same kind of instruction is coming into the place, then instead of line by line interpretation, what it will do, the just in time compiler will already have a set of code, okay, and then it will give that same set of code to the interpreter. Then the interpreter will easily interpret the things and it will produce the output, okay. So this how we can eliminate the time taken and we can improve the performance. So that's the reason we are having a JIT in place. So the JIT will do, say for example, it will keep track on the, or if we are getting a same set of code, then this JIT will come into place and it will give the already compiled code to the interpreter, okay. Instead of one more time we are doing the compilation, it will have the set of already compiled code and then it will give it to the interpreter. Then the interpreter will perform the actions and we will get the output. So this how we can eliminate little bit time and we can improve the performance, okay. So that's the reason we used to have a just in time compiler in Java, okay. So I hope now you got some idea about what is the compiler and what is the interpreter and what is the use of compiler in Java and what is the use of interpreter in Java, okay. How we are converting the high level language into the low level language, then we are achieving our output, okay. I think we have covered everything with respect to the compiler and interpreter, what is the compilation process and what is the interpretation process, all those things, okay. So if you guys are having any doubt, please put your comments in the comment box so that we will have a look and we will try to respond as soon as possible, okay. Thanks for watching our video. Please subscribe our channel for more videos like this. Thank you.